Hey everybody, this is Tonetta, your relationship coach here at Speak Your Truth. I want to say welcome this evening. This is video, the tip number 2. It's about from the series Fighting Fair Ground Rules. And like I said, this is definitely tip number 2. And it's called don't put them on the defensive. So I have a few little tips that I want to, of course, include in there as well. But I know when we were all talking about fighting fair and that kind of thing, putting somebody else, our partner, on the defensive sometimes flies out the window, especially when our partner comes in, says something we don't like. We're all mother, oh, you gonna do this, oh, I'm gonna do, howling and yelling and all that kind of stuff. And it's too late by then, I guess I put it that way. At some point, we have to learn how to, of course, calm ourselves down, think about the situation, and be intentional about what we're going to say next, I guess I put it that way, and how we're going to respond next with our verbals and nonverbals. The first thing I have is if the conversation starts getting heated, somebody has to be the bigger person in the relationship, and somebody has to, of course, put a pause on things until you all can calm down, come back, and of course talk about whatever issue, challenge you all are facing. Somebody has to be the bigger person in that. Both of you all can't just keep flying off the handle, howling and yelling. There's no way the relationship is going to survive doing that, and there's no way that anything's ever going to get solved doing that either. So like I said, somebody definitely has to be the bigger person, and of course stop the conversation right then and there. Honey, let's take a break. Can we come back in 5 or 10 minutes or an hour, whateve it is, after we all calm down, after we have dinner, so we can think about whatever's going on and so we can calm our emotions down? Somebody has to stop and take a pause. Number 2, don't be accusing your partner. Just ask them instead. Once you all, of course, calm down, that kind of thing. Don't be accusatory, of course, telling your partner they shouldn't have did this, they shouldn't have did that. Learn how to take responsibility for your actions first before you blame the other person. I guess I put it that way. My main thing is, of course, using those I statements. I feel blank when you do blank. That's not really accusing your partner. I guess I put it that way. You're, of course, taking responsibility for whatever happened in the situation, while also letting your partner know you don't like whatever it was they did in a nicer and more loving way, I guess I put it that way, while you're taking responsibility for your actions within the situation. Like I said, we never want to go in, of course, accusing somebody, putting blame on somebody when we haven't even asked them what happened, what's going on, honey, why'd you do this, whatever it was. We have to definitely ask and not just accuse somebody of something that we have no idea what the situation was, what was going through their mind, anything at that time. So make sure that you're not accusing anybody. And the next one is don't try to read their minds, but try to read their body language. I know I haven't actually talked about, which I am going to be talking about, the communication styles and breaking communication down. So the verbals, paraverbals, nonverbals, listening, all those kind of things. But in this particular one, it's talking about reading their body language. If your partner comes in looking like they had a bad day, arms all crossed and all that kind of stuff, and you're immediately going to pick up that they're not in a good mood. Usually folks with their arms crossed or folks with their eyebrows kind of up a little bit, looking like they're just disgruntled, and unhappy. You don't want to just go talking to them, honey, let's talk about this, let's do this, I know you did this yesterday. All you're going to do is just start a big old argument that you all did not need to even start, I put it that way. If you're looking at your partner's nonverbals, I'm assuming you all have been together for a while. Even after a few weeks, of course, of getting to know somebody, you're dating, you can still pick up on those nonverbals. Usually folks do it unintentionally. It's something that they're used to, of course, something that they just go ahead and do without even thinking about it. So you, of course, can know sometimes most times when your partner is probably not in the mood for talking or trying to look at a movie or come join you do something else. Learn to pick up those nonverbals from your partner and start to realize when to leave your partner alone at that moment and let your partner get over whatever they're going through, that kind of thing. The only thing you can do is ask if they need your support or if you can help in any way at that point. If they say no, then just move on and go find something else to do. But if not, like I said, definitely read those nonverbals. Don't just read their minds. Reading somebody's mind, what I was always told is you're assuming things and you make an ass out of you and me. That was always what I was told about assuming, because I used to do it a whole lot. That's how I know that. But like I said, that's what I was told by my elders, and that's what I keep in my mind to this day, actually since then moving forward, that whenever I assume, I make an ass out of you and me. So I have to make sure that I'm asking And like I said, asking what's going on, not just assuming that things are happening, trying to read their mind or this kind of thing. If you notice that they look upset, of course, that's the nonverbals. That's not assuming anything. That's, of course, their actions. Make sure that you're just asking them, of course, if they need your support, how can you support them in that moment? If they say you can't support them in that moment, let them know that whenever they feel like talking, to come back and talk to you. If your partner says, yes, I want you to help me now, can I talk to you about this? Sit down and talk to your partner and listen, of course. And thank you, Krista, for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. So like I said, definitely sit down and listen. And there's another one I put in here too, is to be respectful. I know a lot of times that we, of course, coming in, somebody's talking about this and that, we're kind of getting defensive, that kind of thing. We have to learn how to be respectful of our partners and not hitting below the belt. Oh, I remember this back in this day, you did this, and that's why this happened in your childhood. That's what you get, all these kind of hitting below the belt things and being disrespectful and, of course, throwing things up in their face. We do not want to do that to our partner. We're creating more hurt in the relationship than it even needs to be. You're creating more hurt, like I said, hurt in the relationship and on your partner and on yourself as well, because your partner is not going to continue to open up to you and respect you and trust you and all those kind of things if you're not doing the same thing in return. So like I said, we definitely have to make sure that we're respecting our partner, treating our partner like the man or woman that he or she is, not treating them like they're a 5-year-old child or treating them like they don't know anything or just talking down to them, all those kind of things. Treat them like they're an adult. And of course, if they don't want to talk to you right then or you all are getting too heated, then just walk away and take a pause and come back and talk about it. Like I said, definitely make sure that you're being respectful. That's the main thing to, of course, keep down your partner from getting defensive. I know sometimes we just can't help but to get defensive on some things. I know that. A lot of us still have healing to do as far as all those childhood traumas, the insecurities, childhood shame, all those kind of things, childhood voices being shut down, all those kind of things. And I just finished reading the last chapter in the group Speak Your Truth community, and I put the link down below. The last chapter in the book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, and that was just talking about how to, of course, support your partner, that kind of thing. And in the book, Dr. John Gray was talking about how we, of course, have to heal. Well, our partners are helping us, of course, as we're going through our days, our emotions with our partners, that kind of thing. They, of course, help us heal in some kind of way from our childhood traumas and those kind of things that go on. We have to understand that. And like I said, like with us getting defensive and those kind of things, he said 90% of that is from your childhood or something that you went through in the past. It's from an experience. And 10% of that reaction is something that your partner had actually done. So at some point, we have to start taking responsibility and figuring out where all these emotions and why we're getting defensive about our partner saying we didn't do the dishes or whatever it was. We have to take our own responsibility of those things. And that's exactly what he was saying in that chapter as well. And I know I've spoken on this as well in some of the videos I've done in the past. But at some point, we have to put on our big girl panties and our big boy drawers to actually get up and take responsibility for the things that we're doing in our own relationships. It's not always on our partner. It's always, it's like he said, 90% of it's on us and 10% of it's on our partner. So we definitely have to make sure that we're, of course, taking responsibility for anything, any of our defensive techniques, or whatever you want to call it, whenever our partner, of course, wants to talk to us about something that's a hard conversation or a hard issue that we don't want to hear. So like I said, definitely, I hope that these tips has helped you all. The first one was use I statements and do not blame, of course, your partner. The next one, of course, is when the conversation is getting heated, take a pause. Somebody has to stop the conversation. Honey, let's take a break. Let's calm down and come back and talk about this later. Number 3, let me see, making sure I'm on 3. Okay, 3, yes. Or I just said don't accuse and blame your partner, so they already had that one down. So number 3 is don't try to read their minds, but of course read their body language instead. Read all their nonverbals. And then number 4 is be respectful to your partner. Don't hit below the belt and throw things up in their face and make them feel bad and make them feel like they're 5 years old or that you're their parents. You're not either one of those things. You're their wife or their husband or their partner or their confidant. You want to make sure that you stay in that role. So like I said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. This is the tip number 2 about fighting fair, the ground rules. And this was don't put them in defensive mode. I guess I put it that way. And I just want to say again, as I said yesterday, I want to say thank you all for, of course, tuning in. And Krista, I hope you are doing well. That's my former coworker, you all. So I hope she's doing well in all her endeavors. But I do also want to say that I want to make sure that you all know about my new online course. course bundle, I guess I put it that way. It's couples date night coupon book. That includes 13 pre-made couples date nights, I guess I put it that way. They're all focused on intimacy, romance, and sex, I guess I put it that way as well. And then the actual video course that I have along with that is called Dates to Sex. So, of course, with all the date nights you're doing, the intimacy and the romance and all those kind of things, eventually that's where it's going to lead to us to, of course, to the bedroom. And of course, some of the date nights, of course, are actually in the bedroom and that kind of thing as well. So definitely keep that in mind, especially if you all are needing to, of course, implement something like this into your relationship. Definitely purchase the bundle. A bundle is only $50, and you have unlimited access, lifetime access to it on the Thinkific website. So, because that's where the class and the actual coupons are held, and on Thinkific.com. So definitely make sure that you all are checking that out. And I want to say thank you again for tuning in. Oh, I also included the link to my group, Speak Your Truth Community, down below, right up under the classroom. Right up under my course bundle. So definitely, if you want to join the lavish relationship community there is, where you, of course, get the education, the inspiration, and the motivation to, of course, move forward in your relationship, definitely come check out the group, y'all. The group link is down below. It's called Speak Your Truth Community. So I hope to see y'all there. And I want to say thank you all. Have a great night. Bye-bye.